Renewable energy stocks plunge as going green gets expensive. Yahoo Finance. Renewable stocks are plummeting as investors bet going green will take longer and cost more in a for longer interest rate environment. Below are your comments. Going green is only possible because of governments forcing their citizens to pay for it through subsidies, tax breaks, and regulations. It's all a scam perpetrated by the world's left that wants a one-world government, that if it existed, they would be incapable of governing. Time to clean the. I have an idea on what to do with all the fiberglass turbine blades that are not recyclable and are being buried or just laying on the ground. Perhaps they should plant them vertically in the ground on the southern border, thus making a wall to stem the invasion. Going green has always been expensive, in so many ways. We all have known it to be true. Only now people are admitting it. That's the difference. Are we going to reverse course, and maybe wait until it may become more viable? Or continue down the path of foolishness? Green energy is a great concept that would eventually benefit everyone. The only problem is government is shoving it down our throats. If it was treated like fossil fuels via free enterprise, then it would be phased into our world once it's cost-effective to do so. Government's only role should be One glaring reality the author fails to mention is that when Trump takes office in 2025, he will issue an executive order halting all green energy construction. In addition, existing solar and windmill farms will be deemed environmental hazards. Yes, windmills do cause cancer. And they will be Next news. Tesla's China-made EV sales volume falls 10.9% year-on-year in Sept. Reuters. U.S. Automaker Tesla sold 74,073 China-made electric vehicles, EVs, in September, a 10.9% decrease from a year earlier, showed data from the China Passenger Car Association on CPCA. On Sunday, Tesla, along with its China challengers, is bracing for a revival in consumer sentiment, buoyed by deeper discounts and tax breaks for green vehicles amid signs of the economy stabilizing. The U.S. automaker, which ships more China-made cars for exports at the beginning of each quarter while focusing on domestic deliveries at the end, almost doubled its China EV share from July to August. Below are your comments. According to plans articulated several months ago, Tesla shut down its Shanghai plant in early Sept. In order to retool for manufacture of a new version of its Model 3. Further, Tesla did not miss delivery expectations for the third quarter. In their Q2 earnings call, Tesla made clear that they will. The factory in China was down for retooling for the updated Model 3 and Model Y. Yet you fail to mention that. And Tesla is still on track to meet its 1.8 million deliveries target. This is more a reflection that you can't trust market analyst assessments than the health of the company. Tesla made their internal goals because they planned for the shutdowns a long time ago. Try driving with your foot on the brake. Guaranteed you won't get there as fast. Typical uninformed Reuters. Don't you people know that the Shanghai factory was down for retooling in preparation of the new Mod L3 and Y? This is your business to know, not to sound like amateurs. Next news. A key inflation gauge and bank earnings. What to know this week. Yahoo Finance. After a robust September jobs report, the latest read on inflation awaits in the week ahead as inflate ions decipher whether the economy is headed for a soft landing. Below are your comments. It doesn't matter if they call it a hard landing or a soft landing. The rich are still getting richer and the poor are still getting poorer. That won't change until we get a new government. With the rise in treasuries, don't see the Fed raising rates for the rest of the year unless CPI comes in higher than expected. Where the Fed funds rate is now, I see being in place for a long time to come. Only a mild recession will bring down inflation to the 2% mandate. A soft landing is a fallback. Personal belief, inflation will inch up, and bank earnings will meet or exceed expectations. However, the stock will have a wild ride at least for Monday due to the latest development on Israel. Over the weekend, oil prices will rise. That is my 2 cents worth of opinion. The upcoming week brings a crucial CPI report, Fed minutes, and earnings from major companies. The market remains sensitive to economic data, Fed signals, and earnings surprises. Be first to catch the stocks. Go free stocks us. Next news. Here are all the ways market history is repeating itself amid panic over surging bond yields. Busine. SS Insider. In recent weeks, stocks, bonds, and housing have all drawn comparisons with previous episodes in U.S. market history. Below are your comments. With almost 90% of Gov spending in Medicare, SS, and defense, all three of which will never get cut, the only way to lower the deficit is to raise taxes on the top 15%. And especially the top 5%. And no highly profitable companies should be able to pay less than 20% through loopholes. Same with W. The only way the U.S. gets out of its dollar debt is by making the dollar worthless. The USD may be strong against other currencies, but it is still trash against a lot of other assets. See Lasses. I think the USD will get real strong in the short term with the rate hikes, but I think the Fed will. Eve. Famous last words. This time is different. And you want Trump back in office? With his cast of complete idiots? How about the MyPillow guy in charge of the economy? Next news. The big bank CEOs who are under the most pressure right now. Yahoo Finance. Some of the nation's biggest bank CEOs are navigating through one of the most challenging periods. See NCE: The aftermath of the 2008 financial crisis. Below are your comments. The big question to ask them is, are they all ready to handle the $1.03 trillion owed on credit cards if they start defaulting? Just a shade less than the last financial crises. Does anyone remember that besides me? We'll be saying goodbye to some very talented and hard-working colleagues, Fraser wrote when she announced the moves in September. In big institutions, who decides who stays and goes? It's not like shareholder vote on every position. So how to become board member? By acquiring more shares or by these banks bailout out using taxpayer money, and the bonuses never skipped a beat and no one was pros. ECUTED. Now we are supposed to be sad some must leave and retire to their Hampton homes? Next news. Wall Street is worried the bear market has unfinished business. Bloomberg. It was supposed to be one of the greatest stock market comebacks of all time. But after a summer slump, there's a nagging fear it might just keep slipping away. Most read from Bloomberg. Israel latest. Hundreds dead as fighting persists. U.S. weighs aid as Israel-Hamas war rages. Oil traders focus on IRA. Hamas attack prompts blame around Israeli intelligence. Israel latest. Scores of civilians, soldiers kidnapped by Hamas. Israelis taken hostage were ripped from everyday activities roughly. Below are your comments. This market is overdue for a massive correction to compensate for 16 years of Fed printing trillions and keeping interest rates near 0%. The Fed money spigots are not off and they are shrinking the money supply. There is no question this market has a long way to drop no matter what the Wall Street pundit plan on. A major sell-off, Fed's rate hikes, depression maybe? Next news. Here's how FTX executives secretly spent $8 billion in customer money. The Wall Street Journal. The crypto exchange FTX went bust last year after executives spent billions in customer funds they had promised to safeguard. The tab was $7.7 billion, a Wall Street Journal analysis of company disclosures and legal filings. OWS. FTX founder Sam Bankman-Fried and senior staff spent customer funds on technology investments, luxury real estate and political contributions, among other things. Below are your comments. It was secretly like Epstein's sex flights were secret. The swamp knew exactly what was happening. In a world of zero and negative interest rates, even Ponzi schemes seem reasonable. Read that somewhere. Apropos. The Fed should take some responsibility. Snafu, those at the top of Ponzi schemes are thieves. Next news. How's your 401k doing after 2022? For retirement age Americans, not so well. USA Today. Younger investors have brushed off the market losses of 2022. Many older investors have not. below or your comments. As a very late boomer, I picked a bad time to retire, Feb 2024, but so be it. Decided to pay a trusted company-sponsored fiduciary because I want to enjoy retirement and not spend time as a day trader and worry about my assets. I can weather lows in the market with CD-infused cash, then draw farther. I can lose my money just as easily as a financial planner. I'm retiring in the next 2 to 4 years, so the experts say play it safe, so I went 70/30th stocks to BOE. NDS. Disaster. So much for experts. How's your 401k doing since Toolbag Biden was installed? For most Americans, not so well. Please subscribe to my channel. And if you like it, please thumbs up.